What's going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it's time to talk about Dragon Ball Super Episode 69. Insert immature jokes here, but this episode of Dragon Ball Super, it's a weird one, but I liked it. I know not everyone is going to like this episode. I'm just coming out and say that it's very hard to be objective about this episode because it really all just depends on whether or not you're a fan of Dr. Slump, or if this episode alienated you, or if it was cringy for you, because it's a Dr. Slump crossover, and I would have a very hard time saying that this episode is canon, honestly. I really think this episode fits in. It fits in more in the category of like, oh, let's do the One Piece Toriko crossover, or the Dragon Ball and fucking Toriko One Piece crossover, like all three of them together. Like, I really feel like that's what this episode is. I mean, they break the fourth wall. There is no fourth wall in this episode. When the dude pulled out the Dr. Slump comic and was like, hey, you died in the original, like, that was funny as fuck. That was great. There's like a machine that you just imagine it and it just appears. Like, it makes no sense. Arale can fight Super Saiyan Blue Goku because she's a gag character, like Vegeta said, which was great, seeing Vegeta and her fight. Like, it's not an episode you take seriously. Like, if you go into this episode and take it seriously, which I know Dragon Ball fans are going to do because Dragon Ball's not allowed to have fucking humor, apparently. I know people are going to take this seriously. They're going to take Raleigh's power level seriously. They're going to say it's a bad episode. I can't really say it's a good or bad episode, really. I'm just going to say that it's a fantastic love letter to hardcore Toriyama fans, fans of Dr. Slump, fans of Dragon Ball, and just like I said, fans of Toriyama in general. It's a fantastic love letter in that regard. And I also think that it's just genuinely funny at times. I don't know if I thought it was as funny as the last episode, but it was definitely more insane than the last episode. Like, if some people found the last episode boring, like, I don't know how you could possibly find this one boring. I mean, you have, like, the little fucking gachon dudes eating an entire building, and, like, it's wild as fuck. It's insane. Arale, like, cracks the planet in half talking to Vegeta, and, like, nothing happens, like, because, like, the physics just don't matter because it's a gag series, and it's cool. If you don't take it seriously, it's cool. I should add on to that, because it's very important that you don't take this episode seriously. Or probably the next one, for that matter, based on the preview. Of course, that's probably going to be like that's like a canon episode, because it's bringing in the Universe 6 characters, but yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this episode. It was awesome when Beerus showed up, and he just fucking destroyed the ghost of the villain. Like, they played, like, the badass music from when he did it to Zamasu. That was funny. And then, of course, Arale being like, it's a big cat, and fucking Beerus, the god of destruction, is about to destroy Arale, and I never thought I would say that in a fucking Dragon Ball Super review when Dragon Ball Super was first announced, or even when it first started airing. But I love that. I love that unpredictable nature of some of these filler episodes in Dragon Ball Super. But yeah, honestly, I think if some people found this episode, or I mean, if they found last episode to be sort of mundane and boring, I definitely think this one will be more interesting to watch. Also, I think they did the Dr. Slump theme song at the beginning, which was actually really cool. But yeah, I'm assuming that was the Dr. Slump theme song. I don't know for sure. Also, the animation in that whole beginning sequence was kind of cool because you could say it's just Dragon Ball Super being cheap. I'm going to be optimistic and say they wanted it to look kind of old school, especially when she, like, flipped over that car and you kind of, like, look at the guys inside the car. It looked very, like, the way the lines were drawn as they were, like, shaking, it just looked more 80s, you know what I mean? But I could be wrong. Could just be Dragon Ball Super being cheap. I don't know. But it wasn't, like, a poorly animated episode. But I guess I can talk about the technical aspects. I mean, story progression out the window, fuck that. But pacing was fine. The animation overall was okay. Everything was fairly on model. There wasn't a lot of bad art. And there was a Naoki Tate scene where Vegeta kicked Arale when she got her head knocked off. And I don't know why Naoki Tate did that scene. It seems kind of random to just bring in one of your better animators for one little kick. But it looked nice. And other than that, there's really no other standout animation moments, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not a huge Dr. Slump fan. That's not to say I don't like it. I've just never read it or watched it or anything, so it could be amazing, you know, in terms of being a comedy. It could totally suck. I have no idea, but I respect the episode as a just as a love letter to Toriyama fans. And also, Goku in a suit with fucking slick back hair was hilarious to look at. I know there was promo images of it, and I kind of wish it lasted a little bit longer. Like, had there been no promo images, I would have had no anticipation for him having that hair. So, once I watched the episode and it was gone in like half a second, I was like, oh, that's kind of disappointing. He looked funny. But other than that, there's really nothing else to say about this episode. It's a love letter to Toriyama fans, like I said. You're either going to like it or you're not going to like it, but I really don't see how you could call this a bad episode. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense, but the episode knows it doesn't make sense. The sun is brushing its teeth in the beginning on some fucking Dr. Slump shit, so really, I mean, you can't, like, be too hard on this episode, honestly. But next week, Yamcha. I knew this was happening. I saw the fucking leaked episode things. I knew we were going to get baseball, and I knew Yamcha was going to be, like, front and center, and it's... The preview starts with Super Saiyan Blue Goku pitching a fucking baseball. Like, it's going to be insane. Next week is going to be ridiculous, so hopefully it's going to be a ton of fun. Hopefully it's funny. And I believe after that, we're going to start the new arc with, like, hits or whatever's going on there. I didn't go too far into, like, the spoilers for that, because I was like, alright, I'll read the spoiler titles for, like, the filler episodes, and then I sort of, like, stopped. All I know is hits involved, and it might be the next big arc, so that's cool. I also think it's kind of interesting that we're getting the Universe 6 characters again right before Hit comes back. It's kind of like, I don't want to call it foreshadowing, it's just kind of a nice little touch, but yeah, that's really all I have to say about this episode and about the preview. Yamcha's going to get focused, that's insane, but, you know, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And, yeah, but what did you guys think of this episode of Dragon Ball Super? Go ahead and tell me in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here. And if you are subscribed, click the little bell because YouTube doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.